Three, two, one, and we are rolling. You know, give me the mic when I do this.
No, we're already on. Oh, we back again. We back again. It is Wednesday. It's the 19th of July, ne? 19th of July. Yeah. Damn, man. Funny enough, I had glasses today. I was wearing sunglasses, yeah. When I went to our road and I saw a couple of white people, they were cool. Sky was blue. There were a couple of birds. White people were cool. I was cool. You know, it was chilled. Yeah, yeah.
MJ going in for the go.
Hey, welcome to the Asian Association podcast. It is Wednesday, the 19th of July. I'm here with my brother TK. As you know, I am Blaccsky. So, yeah, I'm just going to pass the mic to the man.
Hello to everyone tuning in, to the Raging Association show. Thank you for tuning in, giving us your attention. Like I always say, please do like the content. If you do, genuinely, comment, share, subscribe, and tell me if you like the level, the shade level, at night level. You know what I mean? All day grind. My name is Tokollo Phore, TK. AKA TK. With my brother here, Blaccsky. We out here doing content. Trying to create something that will last forever, of which is 100% true, because this will last forever. Just trying to be genuinely, honest and creative, for the masses. Maybe a couple of people will learn from what we do. After like work, grinding outside of content, be creating again.
Precisely.
Anyway, I just want to say welcome again, brother.
Welcome.
Just want to say, thank you for being consistent, with me, bro, on this platform. Raging Associations, it's a company, it's a brand, that I founded from way before I even knew, what I'm gonna do. I'm still on the journey of building this whole thing that can involve, a lot of people who wanna grow, a lot of people who want to evolve mentally, physically, spiritually, creatively, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, I can do medicine kaofela, from home, you comfortable beds, YouTube is a fun thing now, you can just pop, anything and just watch from anywhere, So yeah, man, without further ado, I just want to ask you like a couple of questions, dog.
No
And I'll shout out to like, Groovy Gamu and I think D Hub TV or something. I just watched the essentials video. So I'm gonna ask you this question, inspiration of course from them,
Okay.
What are your 10 essentials? Okay, let me dumb it down a bit, like 5 essentials. 5 things that you gotta have no matter what.
5 things that I gotta have no matter what. To be honest, right now I'm kind of blank. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to respond to that.
Let me recite. Let me
Example.
let me clarify the question. Like 5 things, essentials, important things that you have to have. Like when you go out, what do you have to have on yourself? I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Do you mean in terms of material things, or Well, first of all, me personally, I have to have like a notepad, something like a diary to write things on. So if I have like experiences out there, I have to be able to note down everything to the people that I'm talking to. I have to have money just in case, if let me say I go very far from where I stay, I gotta have money, man. You know what I'm saying? Notepad, money, and I have to have my social skills intact for real, because you have to go out there. Yeah, that's not material, but that outside of material stuff, social skills intact, and yeah, still too. And I would say this: it's not very common. I have to have my earphones. Okay, you put that on. I have to have my earphones, and I need to. This is not very common, but you need to have like a weapon, bro, because it's dangerous. Especially, let's say if you're gonna come at night. Yeah, I have a little weapon, golden knife. Yeah. But no, seriously, man, because we live in very, dangerous neighborhoods, live in very dangerous times as well. So you have to have a knife. And let me see, what else should I? So it's 4. Mm-hmm. Notepad. I have to have earphones, headphones, and I have to have a diary to write things on. Yeah, the diary, a knife, something that we're living out. Let's see. Let's see something that we're living out. Well, I have to have my jacket maybe in my backpack because it's already cold, but then sometimes it gets colder. So I have to have like my jacket and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna go through it again. Five essentials that you always have to have on you. So Black Sky said a notepad. I'm assuming because you're a rapper, you're an artist, so you jot a whole lot of things down, and you've got a very versatile mind, so you gotta jot things down. Two, you said your headphones because you're a musician. You're always listening to music, even if you're not listening, even if he's not listening to music, he probably has them on. So it's an essential to him. Three, your jacket. Jacket. I'm not saying them in order, but three. You said your jacket. Number four, money. Yes, that's the one I was looking for. Money, a weapon. To protect yourself. So it's notepad, money, jacket, weapon, and your headphones. Yeah. Five essentials.
Five essential things that I have.
Yeah, and you forgot your phone, bro. Like you forgot your phone.
My phone, obviously.
Yeah, you talking about weapons, and because
you can replace the jacket with the phone.
Okay, we're replacing the jacket with the phone.
Yeah.
Five essentials.
Yeah. What about your five essentials?
My five essentials. For sure, I'll say my phone. My wallet, my phone, my wallet, a pen. Because I do a lot of affirmations. And I do a lot of like planning and so I'll say it's a huge essential in my life. Wallet, my phone, because my wallet has everything. Most of the time. It's
your glasses to block out the sun rays.
No, I don't wear these all the time. It's just for the level. It's just for the just for the level, just for control, just for the fuck of it, So it's my phone, my wallet, my pen, five essentials. How did Groovy do this? What Groovy is like? Groovy, you have like a very
maybe I don't know. Maybe
interesting life.
Your choice of weapon would be nine chalks. In your jacket.
Nine what?
Nine chalks. Nine chalks.
Chucks.
Nine chalks. The thing that Bruce Lee has.
Yeah. Nah. Like I'm talking about like for real things that I have like on a daily basis.
Joking level, y'all.
Yeah, for sure. So I said my phone. Essentials. Like in that essential. No, it's all right. I give my phone, my wallet, a pen.
The pen. What else?
Well, because I'm growing my hair, so I'll say my beanie, my hat, five, what can I say? What else do I have on me? Essential to my life. Five. I can only think of four right now, but five I'll just say my clothes because I can't walk naked. Yeah, so we're gonna say my phone because I can call my moms, my dad, the people I love, my brothers, sisters out there, my wallet because it has everything. Not everything. Don't come jack me now, people. My wallet, a pen. Because I use it a lot at work, when I'm out, hustling, when I'm out doing things, my beanie, my hat, because I'm always wearing a beanie, you know what I mean?
Growing your hair, bro.
Yeah, I'm growing my hair, and it works well also because it's winter, so my clothes, five essentials from TK.
Those are five essentials.
Yeah, bro, and another question is, okay, now we're just gonna like switch it up a bit, bro. How do you think we can tackle poverty, bro? Because poverty is a real thing, and we just came from the 67 minutes thingy. Mandela, shout out to Mandela Day. A very important day. you know, just to do good. I believe that we should do good every day, you know, not only on Mandela Day, because you know we know the history of Mandela, but you know some of us were not really there. We just know, you know, but all you know reverence to like you know everything that has happened, you know the liberation that has been put upon us, you know, by the struggle, you know, the struggle heroes, you know, struggle icons. We carrying on, we trying to fight also still for like greatness, you know, financial freedom for our families, you know, trying to open a lot of minds of our people so that they can be independent and dependent on nobody but themselves, you know. So I even forgot like about Mandela Day, but you know because I'm always doing stuff. I spend my day at an old age home, at an orphanage. You know, I spend my day at an orphanage with you know elderly people. You know, and like prior to like Mandela Day, prior to Mandela Day, I'm wearing shades, so I've got to speak like I'm wearing shades. You know, prior to Mandela Day, you know, I'm joking. Yeah, prior to that, like it was my grandmother's birthday, so you know everything just happens, you know, the way it should, you know. So I spent my day with elderly people, helping them. You know, it was an honor also to help, you know, be with in the presence of orphans. You know, we just gotta spread love out here, give love, you know, support anyone, give as much as you can, in as much as you wanna acquire. You know, like if you wanna acquire a lot of wealth, you really have to be accustomed to like sharing and giving a lot, you know, whether it's your time, you know, money, whatever, you know, just you know love, you know. So how do you think we can tackle poverty, bro?
Well, that's a very great question because it's something that I was thinking about even like today. You know, like first of all, I think that we can tackle poverty by supporting independent businesses instead of governmental institutions. Because if you look at most independent businesses, I don't think they get so much support as much as governmental institutions. We have so many people out here who actually establish their independent businesses and they get less support. And I don't think they get as much support as they get, just like the institutions that we have around. Because first of all, man, not just even like businesses, like people who make music, people who craft art, people who actually position themselves in different aspects of financial gain. You know what I'm saying? So we basically need to support each other, and we basically, because the dollar, I'm saying the dollar, y'all, like the rand, like actually circulates around the community. This is why you see, because at the end of the day, these governmental institutions, they already have enough. This is why they can actually give out tax, to give out tax to people, just like the people who have like disabilities. That's why there's money for them, like child support. That's why there's money for those people as well. So we definitely need to support each other, because most of the races that come here, you know what I'm saying, they come here with nothing. I think I said this before. They come here with nothing, but then like in over 5 years, these people are wealthier than these independent businesses that we have around in our communities. So we need to have like support for the people who actually create those businesses for themselves, especially even music. I know that you basically, as a person out there, you support celebrities. Yes, you do support them, as you should, but then you should support the people that you know personally. You probably know somebody who makes music and know that person needs support. You know what I'm saying? If that person is putting a link out there, you can take that link and redistribute it to other people. You can support, you can show up to to other people's events. And some other people are trying to create events out there. Sometimes they get less support. So I think we need to support, our own, because the money is within the community. Even when people go to concerts for these artists, it's the money of the community that goes to these people. So we can tackle poverty by first looking ourselves, you know what I'm saying, and looking at the independent businesses, and actually, we can move forward from that. So yeah, I did my best trying to answer that. Yeah.
You know, great answer. I'm assuming actually hit the spot. For a lot of people. We should like actually unite. We've been saying this, we've been preaching this. We need to unite and help each other because, these big companies, ShopRite, Checkers, I don't actually know if they're actually like from here or what, from SA, or they like foreign owners or anything. But if like local puzzle shops, could actually unite and like put their money together, it's kind of like bring their shares and stocks together. They can actually come up with something big. Not in like the whole population, like obviously there'll be like separate, like maybe a group of 10 spaza owners come together and like start like a whole big wholesale. It's just ideas that just need people to just humble themselves and think about them before actually. You first have to think and then you have to execute. But I do think poverty can be like minimized, bro, because firstly people must like not like think narrow. People need to have confidence in themselves. People need to educate the people that have knowledge. Like we've learned from people that have knowledge. That's why we've got knowledge right now. And I actually should change this show too, and change my whole branding from Raging Associations to the 1%er, because I feel like I'm in the 1%. My mindset is there, and slowly but surely, inshallah, everything will fall in place. I'm not worried, but I'm just like concerned when I look around, at how segregated like we are as a community. In the times that we live in, as much as technology has came and like made things simple, we can all be independent and start a business online, but we must not forget that we still need to network and come together. We can like all open up channels, businesses outside of content, businesses, but we can work together to actually achieve like, immense, immense capitalization, bro. And when it comes to like food, because poverty, like, a lot of people measure it by food. Of it, like it is measured by like what you eat. Or I think it should be that. People can like buy more like vegetables because vegetables are actually cheap. But when I ask people, I'm like because I work with like a lot of like food products, so when people like come through and they, like buy like food and they complain about the prices, like you can't have that mentality, bro. If you can't afford something, don't complain. First you can either come up with a way to afford it or buy something else. But people will like complain and be like, yo, the world is against me, I can't afford that. This thing is built against me. I guess those are the people that actually will stay, way below the breadline. People who complain a lot. We're here to enlighten you guys. I don't believe like in poverty. I understand a lot of people have been like, well, I know poverty is there, but obviously it's because of, I think, mindset, and obviously prior pre-suppression, that we've had in the past, by unknown entities, maybe known, but we can like educate each other. You can. The question I actually wanted to ask you: if a young person, a 15-year-old or 14-year-old or a 10-year-old came up to you and said, "I want to make money now," how would you like advise the young person? What, like, okay, name 3 things they can do, characteristics that they can have.
Well, before I answer that question, I wanted to answer your previous question, like, especially about food. People, it's more like, okay, if independent businesses make enough wealth, they can purchase facilities and create factories and manufacture their own food. Because if you look at this multiracial government, we basically purchasing food from a multiracial government. So there are entities, basically entities that are non-black, to be honest. And those people have enough wealth, and they keep making wealth by actually taking the rand from the community. So basically what we can do is actually come together. As people, imagine there's so many people who have like independent businesses. If those people who have independent businesses come together and actually put money and actually try to create a factory, that manufactures food, they can create their own, like they can pay their own shop rights, their own spa. So that can actually create a lot of money. And if they make like let me say an institution for themselves, just like maybe ShopRite. Those unemployed people who are there to answer your question. If a young person comes to me and asks me how they can make money, I think it could be better if those people who actually come together, make money to actually have a facility just like ShopRite. Those unemployed people could be employed because now you have like an independent business and people, yeah,
Jobs are created by like
yeah.
by actually using brains. But if more jobs are created by people actually using brains and like coming
Yeah,
together and actually
yeah,
organizing and
bro.
trying to execute, something that can be done easily
Yeah,
only by just like thinking
yeah.
properly, then
Properly,
execution.
bro. Properly, bro. Because it's funny because like we can make our own jobs, but we have been taught to be very dependent upon this, institutions of the government. You know what I'm saying? And we can actually,
Or we're told if you're working, if you're trying to like run businesses, that's not easy. You always have to
it's
like
not easy.
hit the wall. You always have to hit the wall. You always have to pick yourself up. You always have to make mistakes. You have to call mistakes. Like I always said in the past, I want more challenges because they make life worth living.
Straight up.
So they always tell you go to
Straight
school,
up.
get a job. I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like ignore that.
Yeah.
School is important.
Yeah,
being like full of knowledge
Mhm.
is important in life. But
Yeah.
it's not the only thing.
Exactly.
Reality obviously has different like your narrative. You know what I mean?
Straight up, because it's the same pattern. If you look at it, they tell you go to school, get good grades, and actually get a job. But then it's the same pattern. That pattern actually leads people to support, those multiracial governments and institutions that are the 1%. Because those institutions, we are so, like basically we are so oblivious of what's going on about poverty, because poverty is to a degree is more like also self-created because we're not fully aware to create our own jobs. We can make our own jobs. Like the money comes to us. So we are the money. Yeah. So this is why they put these institutions in front of you so that you can keep supporting them because they know that the money is within the community. So if the community was to create their own jobs, it would be less often a disadvantage for them to end up in poverty. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. So if people actually open their minds, they could create their own jobs. It wouldn't be that much difficult.
For sure. An interesting fact, I was listening to radio this one time, and they were talking about like I think we once spoke about this on one episode, the biggest townships, top five. I forgot what like the order was, but number one was Soweto. Number two, I forgot. I think Tembisa or something. Not Tembisa, something. But Katlohong, shout out to Katlohong. We from Katlohong. We in Katlohong right now. It's the third biggest township, in South Africa, and townships have the biggest buying power. So they control a lot of like market cap. There's a lot of money here, bro, but it's mostly taken out because we don't know what to do with it. We just give it away. But if we can like put our heads together,
Bro.
this place is not garbage. It's garbage because people are oppressed and people are oblivious and people,
ignorant. Yes.
people are not dumb, but
Yes,
they just bleached.
True that.
So we have to enlighten us to like ourselves to like actually work together and like
Yes.
make this a great revelation, man. This place is not just this place. Every single community that that is like oppressed and living
Oppressed, yes.
below their standards, the standards that they the potential standards, So it's a long road that we walking on, that we embarking on, but we need to unite and we need to create more opportunities because there's so much power. The most power comes from like the majority, and the majority is majority is majority, and you know what majority is. You know where majority is.
Yes. That is true because like a lot of people, they are ignorant. This is why like we end up in poverty because most like people have been told what to do as opposed to actually thinking what they can do for themselves. Because so when you look at these things that are happening around, a lot of people, they innocent in their ignorance. So there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? There are people who can be very aware what's going on, just like the 1%, just like the people into politics, whether the Democrats and the Republicans, they know exactly what's going on within the community, but then they are selfish bastards. They don't want and they don't want to basically help. They helping their position to become wealthy for themselves, but they're not thinking about the community. So I think the community can think for itself, because now we on very critical times, and these poverty has a different outcome of a dangerous of different outcomes to put us in dangerous situations, just like crime, gender-based violence, you know what I'm saying, excessive drug use, you know what I'm saying, excessive drug use, and alcohol, you know what I'm saying.
The more crime goes up.
Yeah, straight up.
The more like poor people get, the higher crime goes. So it's it's highly imperative that we do something every single day. Like, we can be saying this right now, speaking like this, and it might sound like we're way over our heads, but like it's so serious that we cannot express it as much as we are doing right now. You know what I mean?
True that, man. Because like, it's funny because like I once saw something. I don't think I'm gonna say it as eloquent as I can, but then it's more like they say that the teacher needs the children to be dumb to get money. The police department needs you to commit a crime in order for them to get money. The lawyer wants you to get in trouble in order for them to get money, you know what I'm saying? And it varies now, you know what I'm saying? So it is important to get like young contemporaries just like us to actually come with them together so that we can actually, you know what I'm saying, make a plan and actually find people who can investigate, do researches, come together, create our own wealth. As hard as it is, that's the only way now, because we cannot we cannot put our trust into people that we don't even know, because that's what we're doing as a community. We don't even know the people who actually own those institutions. We don't know them personally. We don't even know that they have the best interest at heart for us. They're just doing things on the surface to make us think that they have best interest upon the community. But then I think we as a community can create these things. So everything is within our hands. It's just that a lot of people, they're so ignorant. A lot of people, they innocent in their ignorance. They're oblivious of what's happening. They don't see what's happening. So people like us, it's more like, man, it's kind of dangerous for the 1%, because they know that they need to actually prevent people like us from coming forward and addressing these issues, because we having problems. We live in areas where we're not comfortable. We live in areas whereby we don't have favorable environments. If you don't have a favorable environment, then I don't think you're going to have a positive outcome into that environment. So I think poverty is taking place because of the ignorance that we have. Yeah.
Well articulated, bro. Sentimental to the core. Well needed. I just wanna go out of line a bit here and just answer to people who I know there's people who, like, people always talk. You do something in life, you stand up and you chase your dreams. People will talk. You stand up, or you sit down and do nothing, people will still talk. So I just want to say to people who are asking, why is this guy doing a podcast? Why are you recording? I just want to say, I'm not doing it for you. The person who's asking or who's doubting, who's hating, I actually want more of those people so I can have more of these words to say. I'm gonna say this. I'm doing this because I love what I'm doing. I've always wanted to have a platform, an environment where I can portray and convey sentimental and substantial knowledge.
The question is, basically you are doing something that's beneficial to the community. You as a hater, what is it that you're doing to benefit your community, and what is it that you're doing to provide solutions in the current problems that we are facing? Because you're going to have an opinion that's very negative, but then like you have to have something to back it up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I just beg and pray people have it in them to get up each and every day and try to do something that will change the lives of the people you're living with, and the lives, your own lives. Every day you take a step, to change your life. I pray that people get up each and every day and they do what they want to do, and if doing what you want to do or what you love to do does not mean that you only have to do that. Do as many things as you can, challenge yourself as much as you can, do your best, to be versatile, because we're living in an ever changing world. I feel like people need to be on their toes, people need to be ready at all times, because people are dying every day mysteriously. So if you're thinking of doing something, I beg and I pray to God that He hears my prayers, that people actually start doing something today, right now, wherever you're sitting, whatever you want to do, you can start, and I can tell you how. If you're thinking of having a mansion, or you're thinking maybe of investing, money, into something that you love, or maybe you want a certain car, or maybe you want to run a certain business, you can start now, right now. You can just take out a pen and paper, or you can take your phone out and connect it to a printer, print pictures of the things that you want, jot down the things that you want, on paper, just say it out to yourself as much as possible every day, because consistency, I always say this every day, consistency is the key. The goal for this whole platform, this whole concept, that we have here is, I'll tell you the goal right now. The goal is 2,000 episodes, and I think we can do that by end of this year, if not end of this year, early next year, 2,000 episodes of us just trying to dissect and come with actually, and come up with something actually that's precious, because it's already precious, but precious metals and precious items, they what's this word, man, that I'm looking for? Now it just went. They appreciate. So this what we're doing here will definitely appreciate, because we consistently are going for gold. We consistently are like putting our best, because we all go through, we all have problems, we all like face tough times, but at the end of the day, we will stand up, we will show up, because we really want to change our lives, and it starts with being grateful for what you have. You can't want something without seeing what you have right now. So that's what we basically trying to portray and convey, forever, and just spreading love, coming up with ideas, because this will definitely evolve into something that, I would love to see a lot of people, join and immerse themselves in, this whole movement that we have here, Yeah, so, and to that poverty, getting back to the poverty, we definitely have to try to fight that, because it is not cool to see people struggling when they have hands, when they have eyes, when they have a brain. It doesn't matter what people say. Like, people can say to you, you won't make it this far because of this, that. I know how disheartening, or disabling that can be, because your mind is the powerful, the most powerful tool that you have. So if people and words are the most powerful, people can tell you that you can't achieve this or you're that, and I face that a lot. A lot of people will tell me that you're that, because I'm young and I've been working since, I've always wanted to work, I've always wanted to hustle, I've always wanted to innovate. So older people, or people who have fears, Jay-Z once said this, they'll portray their fears on you. Like their fears will be portrayed upon, the next person. So that might break you, or it might make you. If you train your mind to be strong, nothing will break that wall of consistency, that wall of being firm, and just focused on whatever you actually like desire to see in your life. It starts here, and trust me, I say I'm a billionaire because I am a billionaire. I say I will buy my mom a Benz, because the story is, my mom's had a Mercedes Benz, she used to work, now she's still working, but there's a point where she lost her job, and then she got a job, she lost the job, and when she lost her job, she had a Mercedes Benz, and and she basically was struggling a bit, like to keep up with the fuel, so we finally came up with the decision, that was, I'll say it, like, inspired by me. I told her to like sell it, and my mom sold her Mercedes Benz. And I wasn't like, heartbroken, because now I have it in me to actually, buy her one day. I told her to do that, and she did it. And she bought a smaller car. Even though my mom is like an elegant person. Shout out to my moms. I love her. She loves like nice things, bro. But she had to sell that Mercedes because she couldn't like afford the fuel. Because she actually didn't have a job at that time. So I influenced her to like sell it, get rid of it, because I hated seeing my mom stressing about no fuel or expensive parts, So I told her, Mom, you can just get rid of it, get a lighter car, And she was like, so, she's like my pillar of strength, man. Your mom's everything to you. So she sold it, she got rid of it, and I put it upon myself, to actually get that car back, I mean, all these things make us strong, bro. Like I remember I once told you my mom's sold she actually took her tablet. She had a tablet at that time. She was unemployed. Before I got my first job, she took it to Cash Crusaders. She got a few bucks so I can actually take the taxi to work, bro. So if people are wondering why am I doing everything that I do, even if you see me out on the streets, why I go so hard, it's because of the things that I've witnessed in life, and there's a whole lot more. But I will not tell everything about my life, every setback. I'd rather let my work show, and my I'd rather let my heart actually speak for itself.
And that is very well articulated, my friend. And it's an authentic story. I think a lot of people are afraid to actually showcase about their life struggles, because everyone now they don't trust each other and stuff. And I think that plays a part in the division that we face. And so, based on that poverty thing, what we can do, because we're all facing the same problems, what we need to do is to come together. It's more like we can get people who have the same skills. You know what I'm saying? We can get the people who have the same interest, and those people who have the same interest may have different skills, and those different skills may play different positions. You know what I'm saying? Different positions, and we can come up with actually plans that actually benefit the provision that we have. So yeah, you as a person to actually share your struggles is an indication of strength, because a lot of people don't even share their struggles and stuff. It's very hard. It's very hard. So there are young people who are ambitious, who have the energy, who have the strength, time, and ability to actually do things. So we got to get those people, man. Definitely we got to get those people, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create. You may have a skill, you may not even know how to utilize your skill, but then if you come across people like us, we may actually put something into place and actually utilize your skill, so we all can play different positions. So it is important that we get people who have like a common interest, common goal, so that we can move forward, so that we can strive together, because we are all into the same confinements that we actually subjected into. So if we are all living within the same confinements and we all have the skills, so what's basically preventing us from getting together and actually creating a reality for ourselves? Because everything is within our hands right now. Because I think that, not even I think that, what's most common is that black people don't trust each other. You know what I'm saying? A black person would rather trust a white guy. You may meet a stranger. The stranger might be a white person, and that person can tell you that, listen, trust me into this, I want you to do A, B, C, and third for me, and you're gonna do it for them. But then you cannot do the same thing for your brother or for your sister. So we need to trust each other. First of all, we need to repair ourselves, because we need to actually have that cultural commitment. We need to have commitment within our own race, because now we are so divided, so disintegrated, to the point whereby we don't even come together in small matters, not even in small matters, in very enormous predicaments that we're facing now. So it is important that we come together. It is important to find people who have a common goal, bro, because for real, it is hard out here, you know what I'm saying? But then that we should not have excuses and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So if you actually like what you see, if you have anything that you think you can actually put as a value, you are very welcome to actually, join us here. I don't feel like freestyling today. Goddamn, bro.
Oh yeah. It's been a good segment. We've been, you know, well grounded. With our emotions and how we actually delegated, subjects to the show. The vision is actually crazy. It's inclusive. To all people who actually are trying to like become great for themselves and the people they love.
Bro,
You know,
yeah.
I remember this one time I was driving. I'm working. So I pull up to the robots. This white guy is standing there. This is not about race, but this white guy is standing there at the robots begging. Like basically just asking for things. For food, almost like a hobo type stuff.
Yeah.
So I get there and I slide down the window, roll down the window. I'm like, he's like, can I have something? I'm like, bro, I'm working and I don't have money. And I hope that sparked something in him because I was like, I'm working, I do not have money. I know I might be like getting paid here and there, but it's not really a lot of money because to have a lot of money, you're not gonna get paid a lot of money. You gotta like make a lot of money, take a lot of money. If you know what I'm talking about. I don't think there's any paycheck. Well, there are high paychecks, but I think the freedom is the one that matters the most. But that white person, I hope he took a lot from what I said because at that point I didn't have money. Like a lot of times, when you don't have money, bro, because we're still grinding, we're still trying to like create, we're still trying to like make a solid foundation for ourselves. So this white person, this guy, at that point we both could have been hungry, and he's standing at the robot. I'm working. The difference between me and him is that I was doing something. And you can always do something in life, regardless of who you are, where you are. You can work pro bono, you can work for free. That's the easiest thing you can ever do in life. Than standing at the robot and asking for, But that's basically what I wanted to say. I think we can close it because you don't want to freestyle for us and close the
I
show.
don't want to freestyle. Like to add on that scenario you're talking about. This white person was there, and they were asking you for money. I had like a different opinion on that, and because they told me this, it was basically my mother. So she was walking with some other person. So this homeless white person, that kind of sparked that idea, that memory. This homeless white person was standing there, and then she gave out to something to him, like she usually does to people who are in need of something. And then this homeless white person was like, it is usually your people that help me. So that actually indicated something that, okay, so we're gonna help other races, not about race. We're gonna mostly help other races instead of most black people, because he said this himself. He said, usually it is your people that help me. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get the same response from a black person. So we have to look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Definitely, we gotta look out for each other, regardless of where we come from. But we're gonna close it right now. Tomorrow is another day. We're gonna bring more content, more wisdom, more faith. And I hope everyone who's watching, thank. First, I'd just like to say thank you for the patience you have for listening actually to us. Pour out our hearts and like our voice our initiatives. If that makes sense. I'm just trying to do great, man. But anyway, without further more, I'd like to say from Blaccsky and myself, Tokollo, Phore, assalamu alaikum. To everyone watching, thank you. Peace be upon everyone. Thank you for tuning in. From us, the Raging Association's crew.
Something. And if you are interested into whatever that we're doing, you are very much welcome to come and join us, because we're actually creating something in future. This is basically that's gonna last forever. Like he said, he's creating generational wealth. So you don't need to hide yourself. You don't need to think about what we're gonna think about you. So if you're interested, you're gonna be more than welcome.
Yeah, not much to be said. Without furthermore, again, we are out.
Yeah.